All right, buddy. Let's get real for a second. You're here because you're either curious, guilty, or just looking for a way to feel a little less, occupied. Whatever the reason, strap in, because by the end of this video, you're gonna see why your hand has been your worst enemy all along, and why the ancient Stoics would call you a weak, undisciplined fool. And no, this isn't some preachy, moral high ground nonsense. This is about how your favorite pastime is wrecking your mind, your body, and your ability to actually get what you want in life. So, let's get into it. The forbidden fruit of your own creation. Society will tell you it's natural. Science will tell you it's harmless. But the real question is, what is it doing to you? Are you really the king of your desires? Or are you just another dopamine junkie, chasing a quick fix while your self-discipline crumbles? Stoicism, the philosophy of absolute self-control, calls you out on your nonsense. And trust me, Marcus Aurelius wouldn't be impressed with your browser history. But don't worry, by the end of this, you'll have the ironclad mindset to snap out of it for good. The problem? You're weak, and your brain knows it. Let's start with the harsh truth. You're addicted. Not in the I need rehab way, but in the I can't go a day without it way. Every time you give in, your brain releases a flood of dopamine, the same reward chemical that junkies chase in dark alleys, except your dealer is a website and your drug of choice is yourself. Here's what happens every time you indulge. Your dopamine receptors get fried. You need more to feel less. You destroy your motivation. Your brain thinks you've achieved something, so it stops pushing you to actually achieve something. You lose discipline. Every time you give in, you reinforce the habit of giving in, whether it's to distractions, laziness, or more innocent, bad habits. The Stoics would call this slavery. You think you're free, but you're ruled by your urges. The Stoic response: becoming a master of yourself. Stoicism is about one thing: control. You're either in charge of your desires, or they're in charge of you. 1. The power of voluntary hardship. Seneca, one of the OG Stoics, practiced hardship on purpose. Sleeping on the floor, fasting, exposing himself to discomfort. Why? Because if you can handle voluntary suffering, you won't crumble when life gets hard. Translation: if you can't even resist the urge to touch yourself, how the hell are you supposed to handle life's real challenges? 2. The law of hedonic adaptation. The more you indulge, the less you enjoy it. You know that first bite of cake that tastes amazing? By the fourth bite, you're just eating out of habit. Your brain adapts. It's the same with, the Stoics would tell you to take a step back and regain control, because true pleasure isn't in excess, but in moderation. 3. Mastering the mind, the art of indifference. Marcus Aurelius had a simple mindset hack. Treat urges like annoying background noise. The next time the urge hits, instead of reacting, just observe it. There's that dumb impulse again. How predictable. Do nothing. Let it pass. Because guess what? It always does. Your desires only control you if you believe they must be obeyed. But newsflash, they don't. Stop being a slave to yourself. Look, this isn't just about stopping that habit. It's about stopping all bad habits. Because if you can't control this, what else are you failing at? Can't wake up early? Can't stick to a workout? Can't focus for 5 minutes without picking up your phone? It's all the same problem. You let impulses control you. But here's the upside. If you can master this, you can master anything. Want to build insane discipline? Stop giving in. Want unstoppable focus? Stop chasing distractions. Want to actually achieve something in life? Learn to say no to yourself. The Stoics weren't superhumans. They just knew that real freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's not being ruled by what you want. Your challenge. So here's your Stoic challenge. For the next 30 days, no indulgence, no relapses, no excuses. If you fail, you start over. But if you succeed, you'll have more energy. You'll have more focus. You'll feel in control of yourself, maybe for the first time in your life. This isn't about quitting something. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't even need it. And if that sounds impossible, then congrats. You've just proven how weak you really are. Or you can prove yourself wrong. What's it gonna be? Drop a comment. Are you strong enough to take the 30-day challenge? Or are you gonna keep letting your impulses run your life? Hit like if this hit home. And subscribe if you want more brutal truth bombs. See you in the next video, unless you're too busy relapsing.